Hello, everybody. My name is Jaden Meredith. Welcome back to our podcast. Today we have a special guest who's going to tell us about where we as humans came from.
Hello, I'm Professor Frender, and I am a biology professor at the University of Notre Dame.
So, Mr. Frender, what can you tell us about where we came from?
So we are a hominid species, and we separated off of the Old World apes, and this was seen from chimps into the Ororan. So Ororan was the most recent common ancestor of the hominid species, and Ororan evolved into the Ardipithecus, which later evolved into Australopithecus, which was a prominent species from 2 to 4 million years ago, and then Australopithecus evolved into Paranthropus and the Homo species, which is what we are a part of.
So, you mentioned a lot of different species. How do we know they existed and why were there so many?
So we know there's around 20 different species, and we can indicate this through fossil records. And we can tell, and the reason that there are so many species is because of migration and isolation. So hominid species spread across the globe, and because they were in separate groups across the globe and separated by geographical reasons, they're able to evolve certain traits which made them different from other species.
So, give us an example. What makes us different?
So what makes the modern humans, Homo sapiens, different than other groups like Neanderthals and Denisovans is that we have a larger brain, and because of this, we have the ability to abstractly and critically think. So this can be seen through social interactions, art, and tool making. So these are some things that make us different in comparison to other species, which were not as intelligent as us due to brain size.
So, where are the other hominid species that you mentioned today?
So we know through the assimilation and hybridization model that as modern humans spread across the globe, they were more fit in comparison to the other species. So we did live alongside other species like Neanderthals and Denisovans and Homo erectus during their time period. But since we were more fit, we basically took over the groups, but we still interbreed with them. So we still carry those traits in our modern day genomic code, despite them not actually being here present among us.
Well, that's really interesting. So, thank you for coming on the show, and thank you, audience, for tuning in to another episode of our podcast.